in the bathroom.
Enoch!
Bathing.
Will you let me speak, girl? There's no need to disturb Mrs. Toop. I'm here to see the vicar.
Oh, he's in the garden.
Will you?
Gardening.
Tell him I'm here, will you?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. What an expression.
I know. Isn't it awful? I got it from her.
Her? Whom?
Her, Mrs. Toop. She's a caution.
I did that will do. As you've told the vicar I'm here, run our bicycle in the garage. I think we're going to have some rain tonight.
Yes, Miss Gillen.
And Ida, don't ride it, wheel it.
Yes,
Oh. Oh. Yes, there we go.
Oh, very well, Ida. I didn't know you could ride a bicycle, Ida. Oh, Miss Skillen. So sorry, I wasn't able to receive you. You didn't tell me you were coming to tea.
I've not come to tea, Mr. Toop. I wanted to speak with you.
Oh, yes, of course. But tea is here, so won't you join us? Do sit down. Penelope! Penelope! There's no use. When Penelope begins her exercises, she's lost the world. We'll begin, shall we?
Mr. Toop, I am hurt.
Oh, dear, where?
I'm hurt, grieved.
I'm afraid I've enough of no sugar, Miss Skillen.
No tea, thank you. Mr. Toop, I would be grateful if you could give me your undivided attention for just 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Certainly. 5 minutes.
It's the church decorations for the Harvest Festival.
What is?
Mr. Toop, have you been dissatisfied with my contributions to the church decorations in the past?
No, I shouldn't think so. Why?
You will remember that I've always decorated the pulpit for the Easter and Harvest Festivals. It has always been understood that the pulpit has been my special little bit, my special little effort. Everyone knows that. I've been decorating the pulpit since
Since time immemorial, yes, I know.
not quite so long as that, Mr. Toop.
Oh, yes, of course. Do have some tea.
No tea, thank you. Well, I arrive at the church this afternoon to do my little bit, and what do I find? The pulpit has already been decorated behind my back.
Oh, dear. Who would do such a thing?
No one would tell me, but I have my suspicions. I have no quarrel with you, Mr. Toop. We've always been the best of friends, have we not?
Oh, yes, undoubtedly. Tea?
No tea, thank you. Wonderful friends. Everyone knows that. So I hope what I'm going to say is that I find it very difficult to concentrate with that dreadful noise. Your dear wife singing.
Yes, yes. It is a little distracting. I will go ask her to. Penelope! Penelope!
Oh, is that you, Lionel?
Yes, dear.
Ask Ida to bring the tea in, will you?
Tea is already in, dear.
Oh, go easy with the muffins.
Penelope, Miss Skillen is here.
Who?
Miss Skillen.
What about her?
She's here.
Oh.
Penelope, do hurry down. Miss Skillen is hurt.
Good. I mean, I'm terribly sorry.
Such a keen sense of humor. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the pulpit.
Mr. Toop, I will come straight to the point. I've reason to believe that the pulpit was decorated behind my back by Mrs. Toop.
Oh, yes, dear. Most awkward.
Of course, I have nothing against Mrs. Toop personally, nothing at all. There are some who do not think it quite the thing for the vicar's wife to appear in the village wearing trousers. But, as I say, we must remember that Mrs. Toop was an actress, an American actress, before she married you.
She was also the niece of a bishop before I married her, and she still is.
Yes, of course, indeed. But the stage, a curious profession.
Miss Skillen, you must forgive this, Miss Skillen.
baby. And we don't want one yet, do we, Lionel?
Penelope, please.
And I'm sure Miss Gillen doesn't.
Mrs. Two.
I
By the way, darling, do you think Mr. what's his name will mind?
Mr. Who? Penelope, you really must.
You know, the man who's coming to take the service for you tomorrow.
You mean Humphrey?
Yes, of course, Mr. Humphrey.
Will he mind what?
Well, I'm afraid we ran rather short of chrysanthemums, and the pulpit is mostly decorated with turnips and leeks. Now, Miss Gillen, more tea.
I do not want any tea, thank you.
Well, what have I done wrong now?
Penelope,
It's no use pretending that I haven't erred and strayed. The air is simply charged with righteous indignation. Now, Lionel, if you'll run away like a good boy, then Miss Gillen and I can let down our back hair and scratch each other's eyes out.
I do not call to see you, Mrs. Tuke. I merely wish to have a little talk with the vicar.
It is a most exasperating fact, Miss Gillen, that after every one of your little talks with my husband, we end up having one bloody row.
Penelope, I am sure Miss Gillen only means well. She has known the villagers longer than you have, and she hears more of the gossip than you do.
I'll say she does.
Mr. Tuke, I cannot stay here to be insulted. Mrs. Tuke, you have been in the village nearly a year now. Over all that time, I have done nothing but try to befriend you.
Then it must be my fault. I'm sorry, Miss Gillen, but the fact remains that every time we meet, I am seized with a wild desire to leap on the village green, tear off all my clothes, and dance the hula hula.
If you did, we might be shocked, Mrs. Tuke. But I don't think we should be surprised.
What is it this time? The soldier in the jeep?
As a matter of fact, Penelope, Miss Gillen mentioned that to me yesterday. It was a most unfortunate incident.
You call waving to a soldier in a jeep an unfortunate incident?
It is what others call it that matters, Mrs. Tuke. You not only waved, you yoo-hooed.
Yoo-hooed? So I did.
Did you know the soldier, Penelope?
Not from Adam. In fact, I hardly had time to notice the man. He simply waved and yoo-hooed, so I just waved and yoo-hooed back, didn't I, Miss Gillen?
Hardly conduct suitable for a vicar's wife, surely.
I'm sorry, darling, but there are times when I forget that I'm a vicar's wife and behave like a normal human being.
Penelope, I resent that.
Really, Lionel, if we're going to have a row, we are not going to have it in front of Miss Gillen.
Oh, you need not worry about me, Mrs. Tuke. I am going. I am so sorry my good intentions have been so misunderstood. Goodbye, Mr. Tuke.
Miss Gillen, I can't say
Please,
no.
don't think about it. I hope we can forgive and forget. I think I'm broad-minded.
Penelope, Miss Gillen, I will see you to your bicycle.
Thank you.